show you the whole PDF. The whole PDF I cannot show you, but I will show you some of the articles. Okay, I will only show you some of the articles of the Hindu newspaper. Because of copyright, I cannot show the Hindu newspaper. What we will do, we will analyze each and every news according to page number, and we will analyze each and every news according to the subjects of through which it is related. Okay, through which it is related. So basically, we are not doing the Hindu newspaper, we are doing the static part with the help of the Hindu newspaper. We are doing the our static part, that is polity, defense technology, international relations. Okay, these are the there we are given about the subjects and their names. Okay, let's start. Rajasthan governor gives not to house session but with riders. So know about disqualification under anti-defection law. Anti-defection law is basically 10th schedule. Okay, it's basically 10th schedule. So is basically 10 schedule. 10 schedule is just basically means dal badlu niyam. Dal badlu niyam. Because as in the past we know that what we used to say, that आयाराम गयाराम. आयाराम मतलब एक पॉलिटिकल लीडर, एमएल, either he is MLA or a member of either member of legislative assembly or member of parliament. So before this anti defection law, that is in 10th schedule of Indian constitution. So before this law, what the politicians used to do, they used to change the party even after winning the election. Even after winning the election, they used to change the parties. So after 10th schedule, after winning the election, before the elections, they can change their party, just like Navjot Singh Sidhu changed his party from BJP to Congress before election, not after election. They cannot change their parties after election. Okay, uh, but there is some criteria also, that if majority, that is one fourth of your uh, one third of your party members, party MLAs or a member of parliaments, uh, get out, want to get out from your party, because you are showing that you have changed your ideology completely. So they can opt out without anti defection law. They can opt out. For example, in Rajasthan, what we are seeing, if there are 110 MLAs, just suppose 100 MLA, just suppose there are 100 MLAs. If one third, more than 30 MLAs get out, more than 30 MLAs get out from uh, Congress, then they will not face anti defection law. So there is also the rule that if someone feels like that their party is not doing well, so they can actually change the party if they have the majority of one third. Okay, if particular section of their party have a particular majority, that is one third majority, so they can change their party. So anti defection law, शेड्यूल्स हमेशा याद रखना. एक मैं आप सभी को पोयम है छोटी सी. एसपी एसपी की शपथ लेकर राज्यसभा प्रतिनिधि अनुसूचित क्षेत्र 5 देखने चल दी. वहां जनजाति, जनजाति मीन्स ट्राइब, जनजाति की शक्ति, शक्ति मीन्स पावर, शक्ति और भाषा देख, भाषा मीन्स लैंग्वेज. ओके, सो इस तरीके से एक पोएम है पूरी, वो मैं आपको पॉलिटी के सेक्शन में कंप्लीटली बताऊंगा. वहां जनजाति की शक्ति और भाषा देख, संपत्ति पर कब्जा कर, संपत्ति पर कब्जा कर, दल बदलना भूल गए. सो दल बदलना भूल गए. पंचायत एंड नगर पालिका, दैट इज पंचायत एंड म्यूनिसिपैलिटी 11 और 12 थे. ठीक है. So in this way, you can easily learn the schedules. Okay, I will share that poem with you, and you can easily learn through that poem. Okay, because we cannot remember all the things in polity. We need to develop the tricks. We need to develop many tricks in polity section, because polity is just a rectification. Just keep on reading, and at a particular time it will get finished. There is no beyond limits of quality. Okay, quality is limited always. So next is GS3 defense technology, Rafale roles. So Rafale, as you know, ready to made fighter jet. These are ready to made fighter jets. Means if we import Rafale from France, then it is ready to fly. Ready to made me ready to fly. Means we will fly from France to India because they are completely made. Because they are made completely. Okay, ready to fly Rafale roars. So we are getting 5 Rafale jets. Okay, this is the news. Ready to fly word yaad rakhna. GS2 international relations needed a map for India's foreign policy. So, Mr. Jaishankar, he is very good foreign minister, and I appreciate him a lot. And I appreciate him a lot because he is performing the best in BJP government. And Nitin Gadkari, the road minister, he is also performing the best in BJP government. And one of the chief minister, that is Yogi Adityanath, he is also performing the best as because of these three ministers, because of these two ministers and cabinet, these two cabinet ministers and one chief minister, Yogi Adityanath, the BJP is uh, doing good actually. The BJP is doing very good because of these three. I don't appreciate anyone else in BJP because Nitin Gadkari, what he is doing, he is constructing the border roads. As you all know, uh, why China create the dispute with India? Because Nitin Gadkari is road minister, so he is constructing immense amount of roads. Okay, the construction work by Nitin Gadkari is very good, and he is constructing the roads near the border, near the border areas, and there is very less corruption left in road, in the construction of roads. So Nathan Gadkari basically focuses on his ministry very well because he is one of the prominent leader of BJP who was supposed to be become the prime minister. If Narendra Modi was not appreciated by Amit Shah, then it was possible that Nitin Gadkari could have become the prime minister of India because he deserved to become the prime minister of India. But because of the popularity of Narendra Modi, the Amit Shah asked him to become the prime minister. Okay, so GS2 international relations. So we need to focus now. We need to focus now. Whatever Jaishankar, Nitin Gadkari, whatever Jaishankar, Nitin Gadkari, they both say, just try to listen them always because they say some beautiful words always. Recently, we have seen Jaishankar comment on Iran that USA should change its policy or on Iran. Means he directly said to USA that you are wrong related to Iran issues. Related to Iran issues, he directly said that you are wrong. Okay, that you are imposing sanctions on Iran and you are imposing this and this. So Jaishankar basically asked USA to change its policy a little bit. Okay, so we need to study about this news. Needed a map for India's foreign policy. Key terms mentioned in this article are like SARC, SARC Organization Logistic Exchange Memorandum Agreement, Logistic Exchange Memorandum of Agreement. So we will exchange memorandum of agreement with each and every country. We are focusing on Bangladesh also, that how we will develop our relations with Bangladesh in nearby future because Bangladesh is considered to be a very good friend of India. but still it is not allowing the gas pipelines and petrol pipelines to pass through it, and it is not giving us the passage to northeastern states. So Bangladesh is very important for India also, because we need to focus on our northeastern states. So that's why we need to develop good relations. We need to develop So that's why we need to develop good relations with Bangladesh. Okay. So just read about Logistic Exchange Memorandum of Agreement, LAC, Line of Actual Control. That is our border with China. That is our border with China. Relevance of India's foreign policy. Relevance. So mains के लिए क्या क्वेश्चन होगा इसमें? Relevance of India's foreign policy at contemporary times and need for its reconsideration in backdrop of setbacks, especially in the neighborhood. Okay, especially in the neighborhood. Relevance of India's foreign policy, because what India is facing, that India is facing the issues with our neighboring countries. Most of the neighboring countries, we are facing our issues, just like we are facing the issues with Nepal, that I have told you in my previous classes. Okay, we are facing issues with Nepal. We are facing issues with Pakistan. Okay, we are facing issues with China. China is basically creating the all the issues. China is responsible for all the issues with all the countries, because China, Pakistan is backed up by China, Nepal is backed up by China, and sometimes Sri Lanka also backed up by China. And there is also influence of Myanmar. There is also influence in Myanmar. China also influenced Myanmar to not cooperate with India, and Bangladesh is not allowing the gas pipelines and the petrol pipelines to India. So in this way, China is just creating a boundary along India, such that all the disputes could occur in India, and the production that India do better than China will stop. Okay, so such that they invest more and more in their defense purposes. They can't, as we see that we are getting Rafale jet, occupying the defense weapons and defense gadgets. So yeah, it is not good for any nation, because defense gadgets does not support our economic system. Does not support our economic system. So occupying defense products. Okay, defense products just like Rafale and various weapons. So these are not beneficial for the development of any nation. Okay, so we need to focus. We need to we need to have soft bank issues. Means we need to talk softly to Nepal. We should not behave like big brother attitude towards Nepal. What we do, we behave like big brother attitude towards Nepal. Okay, so relevance. My internet connection is unstable. Okay. An opportunity to reshape healthcare. An opportunity to reshape healthcare. Impact of COVID-19 induced lockdown. Impact of COVID-19 induced lockdown. COVID-19 induced lockdown on healthcare sector. Need for reforms and what are the reforms needed. सो कोविड 19 के लिए अभी हमने क्या देखा कि इजराइल ने एक टेस्ट किट बनाई है that can test your COVID-19 within 30 seconds at your home premises. So it is a very big innovation that you can do your test by your own. My video is just not doing good. I should stop my video. So what is the impact of COVID-19 is that what we are doing, we are creating a testing kit. We are creating a testing kit that can test our coronavirus. If we are suffering from, just suppose if we are suffering from coronavirus, then we can test our coronavirus within the premises of our house. Within the premises of our house, we can test it. Just like most of you might be having, most of your parents or grandparents might be having sugar testing kit. Sugar testing kit. So it can easily test your sugar. Okay, it can easily test your sugar. Same is being done in this testing kit created by the Cooperation of Israel. Created by the Cooperation of Israel, such that we can test the COVID-19. We can test the COVID-19 within 30 seconds. Within 30 seconds, 30 seconds to 1 minute, maximum 1 minute. Within 30 seconds, we can check it. So this is the development in COVID-19. Okay. Next is GS3 environment in reserve gear. In reverse gear. In reverse gear, know about environment impact assessment, environment EIA, its process, and what are the recent disputes related to proposed draft. Related to proposed draft. So we are having the environment impact assessment because government has made it lenient. Government has made it lenient because for the sake, because in this time of COVID-19, our economy is depriving very highly. Our economy is depriving very highly, and because of this issue, because of the issue of COVID-19, we our industry need a boost up. Need a boost up. So the industries needs natural resources very much. Okay, the industry needs natural resources very much, and they will create, actually what they will do, they will cut more and more trees and create more and more pollution. That's the government has done, and make it lenient. Environment impact assessment, they made it lenient, although they should have made it tough after learning from COVID-19. But government of any nation doesn't learn. They are just competing with other nations. They are only competing with the other nation. That USA is this much developed. USA people have luxury cars. What whenever we look our career, we look according to USA. We always look according to USA, but we never look according to nature. That's why we are hit hard, very hard, of COVID-19. And believe me, according to not only believe me, according to Sero survey recently done in Delhi, according to that survey, out of each four people in Delhi, one is suffering from COVID-19. So that is the impact of creating the pollution in the environment. And the government is again promoting to create the pollution in the environment by making the environment impact assessment rules lenient. That's why many of the organizations are opposing it, that you are basically allowing many forests to be cut down, to be cut down. Okay, so we need to understand why we are doing it. Why do we want such a huge development? Can't we do sustainable development? Can't we have, if we are going through scooty, if we are going through bike, we can go on cycle also. We never take anything for your pride. Never take anything for your pride, just to show your status symbol, that I have this Apple mobile, I have this luxury car. The car, the Quid car is also having a AC, and and a good mileage of 20 to 25. The Quid car is also having a AC and a good mileage, and it is five-seater, and it is basically five-seater. And when you take a Lamborghini, it is having a one average of one, and it is for two persons only. It is for two persons only. So we need to understand why we are creating the pollution. just for the sake of luxury we are creating the pollution as much as possible. So we need to stop. मतलब जितनी जरूरत है उतना ही इस्तेमाल करो, उससे ज्यादा नहीं. गवर्नमेंट इज जस्ट फोकसिंग, जितनी जरूरत है उससे ज्यादा इस्तेमाल करो. GS2 international relations. Modern tools are old wisdoms. Modern tools are old wisdoms. Know about India Sri Lanka relations. Key areas of cooperation. Key areas of cooperation. Significance of relations. Areas of soreness in the relations and way forwards. Areas of soreness in the relations and way forwards. So we are having the historic relations with Sri Lanka, as you all know, from the time of Ramayana. Also, from the time of Ramayana, we are having good relations with Sri Lanka, and we are so in this way we are having the historic relations with Sri Lanka. So the development in Sri Lanka is good, but the dispute there is of Tamils living in northern India. Okay, Litte organization. Okay, Litte organization was there in Tamils that were basically killing in those areas. It was a militant organization. It was a militant organizations, and we just shut down. It means we killed all the India killed all the Litte organizations leaders. So that's why many of the majority of the area of Sri Lanka hates India, because we have a history of killing Litte organization. We have a history of killing Litte organization from its root level, and they were being supported by many of the Sri Lankans. They were being supported by many of the Sri Lankans. So that's why we need to understand that Litte organization is the area of soreness. Litte organization is the area of soreness in the relations and way forwards. Okay. Next is GS3 environment. GS3 environment. Conservationist elated as tiger numbers up. Okay, I will show you something related to tigers. Give me one second. So in ये PIB की एक रिपोर्ट थी, India's tiger census sets a new Guinness World Record. So approx more than 3,400 more than 4,000 tigers of the world, 2,967 tigers are in India. Nearly 75% of global tiger population. Okay, nearly 75% of global tiger population is now in India. Most comprehensive survey to date. So what happens in this survey, that according to this camera, it captures the images of tigers. It captures the images of tigers and how it recognizes, because just like our fingerprints, they are the tigers are also having the prints, and it separates them from each and everyone. They are having the identical uh, uh, what identical lines. So they all are having these identical lines, and by this they recognizes them by their name. Just like they created, uh, by looking at this pattern, they created this tiger's name as Hyena or Ruby or something else. Okay, they created its name, and whenever it comes into this camera, whenever it is very highly technological camera, that captures within seconds. Okay, so that's why we are able to increase tiger population in India. But what we have seen in Gujarat, we have recently seen in Gujarat that the number of lions have decreased drastically, in Gir forest of Gujarat. In Gir forest of Gujarat, because of many reasons, they are being not they are not being surveillanced properly. Surveillance is technology is for human and animal good as well. So we are seeing that technology has protected not only humans, it has also protected animals also. So technology is for human good and animals good as well. So we need to understand it. Technology. So there are how many cameras? 26,838 camera traps across 141 sites. Across 141 sites. There are 26,838 camera traps across 141 sites. So 1,200 121,337 square kilometers surveyed. So ये PIB की image है. It is a government newspaper. Okay, it is the news of government newspaper. Threats. We should in previous class today in previous class we have done this Nagarjun Sagar Sri Salem Tiger Reserve. Nagarjun Sagar Sri Salem Tiger Reserve. In our geography class, we have done this NSDR, NTCA, and geographical distribution of tigers. And geographical distribution of tigers. Okay, write this question, please. Know about Nagarjun Sagar Sri Salim Tiger Reserve, NSTR, NSTR, NTCA, 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 and geographical distribution of tigers. So for mains, IAS mains के लिए क्या क्वेश्चन आ सकता है? Threats to tigers, steps taken by government, and way forwards. Steps taken by government and way forwards. Okay. I have shown you the government, the steps taken by the government. GS2 polity. Congress warns of constitutional crisis. Congress warns of constitutional crisis. So what are the powers and duties of governors that we will do in our polity section? Because governor is a major part in polity section. So we will do it in polity section. MPs oppose exemption under protection law. Under protection law, key provisions of personal data protection bill. This news is related to Personal Data Protection Bill 2019 and significance and concern. This question has been raised by BJP that Congress has shown one of the audio. Congress has shown one of the audio that according to that audio, the BJP is trying to what BJP is trying to that BJP is trying to demolish Congress government. BJP is trying to demolish Congress government according to that audio. But here the question are being arised that either the data of the peoples are being protected, either the data of the peoples are being protected. So we need to identify that either the government has all the rights to do private to interrupt in the privacy of all the peoples. So this is the provisions of personal data bill 2019 need and significance and concern. So privacy is required because government cannot interfere in all the things. Because government cannot interfere in all the things. They will do. They will become communist. They will basically become communist, or they will try to create monopoly of their government. Okay. So in this way, the dictatorship might come. because if our personal data, whatever we watch on internet, whatever we do on internet, if our personal data are being blackmailed to us, if our personal data is are being blackmailed to us by the government, then we will definitely vote for them. So many of the criminals are there in government. So actually the government is full of criminals, because recently we have seen that 24% of Rajya Sabha members, in it was the news in the Hindu itself, that 24% of Rajya Sabha members, those who are dignified persons, those who are considered to be as dignified person, out of them 24% are being recognized as criminals. They are having the criminal cases on them. They are having the criminal cases on them, minimum 2 3 criminal cases. So next is page number 10. PM cares fund cannot go to NDRF. So PM cares fund में basically क्या था कि COVID-19 के टाइम पे, in the time of COVID-19, this PM cares fund is created, and under in this fund, no one will be surveillanced. No one will be surveillanced. No one will be asked a question, and it doesn't come under CAG and RTI also, right to information also. So that's why it is a kind of illegal fund illegal fund created by the government, such that we can easily fight COVID-19, and we can get more and more money, either it is black or white, either it is black money or white money. The main motive was, in the time of COVID-19, that we should get more and more money possible. So that's why we didn't recognize PMK funds to be under Comptroller and Auditor General and RTI. It doesn't come under RTI. It doesn't come under CAG. But in NDRF we cannot donate it, because NDRF is fully government institutionalized department, and they will not be able to get any fund from PM Cares Fund. From PM Cares Fund. What is the difference between both and their objective? So, National Disaster Relief Fund is for disasters. Okay, PM Cares Fund is only for COVID-19. Is only for COVID-19 without RTI and CAG. Next is GS2 international relations. Onus on India to maintain ties with Bangladesh. As I have told you, that Jaishankar is referring Bangladesh in international relations. So we need to draw the map, how we are going forward to develop the relations with Bangladesh and other nations bordering us. Okay. India की अभी policy क्या है? Focus on the border first. Okay, focus on the border first. Border GS2 health. Final test begins for COVID-19 vaccines. So final test has begun, and most probably Narendra Modi from Lal Killa will announce that भाइयों और बहनों, हमने COVID-19 की दवाई बना ली है, just like Narendra Modi is saying that he has developed that COVID-19. Okay, doctors and engineers have developed that COVID-19, so they are doing very good. India is doing very good in terms of pharmacy, although Baba Ramdev is also doing very good. So Baba Ramdev has also made some COVID-19 vaccine. He was saying it. So final test begins for COVID-19. Latest updates on the vaccine, development of COVID-19. What is a vaccine? What is a vaccine? Vaccine are basically not the basically dead virus. Vaccines are basically dead virus that creates the immunity, because our immune system begin to respond such that it destroys the real virus. It destroys the real virus. Okay. Next is GS2 international relations. China chairs meets with Afghan, Pak, Nepal foreign ministers. Afghan, Pak, and Nepal foreign ministers. Know about China's Belt and Road Initiative, BRI, CPEC, China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. Okay, these all I have explained in my previous classes also. Belt and Road Initiative is being developed by China. So what China is saying, just behave to Nepal, that just behave like Pakistan. Just behave like Pakistan, because you need to fight to India. Means China is just saying these words officially. You need to means officially it has said today that Nepal need to work like Pakistan, that it should cooperate with China, it should give all its territory to China, and it should get salt to China as soon as possible, such that चाइना वहां पे अपनी बिल्डिंग बनाए, माउंट एवरेस्ट पे अपने घर बनाए, और पूरा नेपाल के लोगों को नौकर का काम दे दे अच्छे तरीके से, मतलब झाड़ू पोछा का काम दे देगी चाइना। ठीक है, जो तिब्बत के लोगों के साथ हो रहा है बेसिकली। ठीक है, वहां पे तिब्बत के लोगों को छोटे छोटे कामों में लगाया जाता है, और दे आर ट्रीटेड वेरी बैडली। ओके, दे आर बीइंग they are living a hostile life, they are not having any right freedom of speech and expression. So China is just destroying these nations. Both the nations are soon going to destroy. They will become the part of China as soon as possible. Okay, by Belt and Road Initiative सारी चीज तो चाइना की हो जाएंगी, तो I just can't imagine how the people of Pakistan and Nepal will say that this is our thing. So sovereignty is completely lost of Pakistan, Nepal. But it is saying to Afghan, but Afghan never listens to anyone. अफगान नेवर लिसन्स टू एनीवन। अफगानिस्तान में यूएसए ने आने की भी भूल करी थी। यूएसए आल्सो इंटरप्टेड इन अफगान, but it doesn't gain anything from Afghan. So Afghan is not to be believed. It can do anything whenever it wants. Okay, next is GS3 economy. Center to proceed with disinvestment of 23 PSUs. Finance Minister. What is disinvestment? Need of disinvestment of PSUs, significance and concerns. Significance and concerns. So this news we will see in the newspaper. My class is going to end. Just you can just write this question, okay? I'll explain it tomorrow because my class is going to end. So what is disinvestment? Need of disinvestment of PSUs, significance and concerns. Read about it. Okay, this will be your homework. What is disinvestment? Need of disinvestment of PSUs, because my class is going to end, so I will not continue again. What is disinvestment? Need of disinvestment of PSUs and significance and concern.